in the process of me trying to drop my window blind so that it can be a lot clearer on the screen and everything, I ended up living the life. Oh my god. Sorry. What just happened? Anyway, welcome back. We move. We'll be fine. Regardless of the life stopping and yeah, we'll be fine. It was my bad. I actually went offline mistakenly. It was a mistake, guys. I went offline mistakenly. It's not nice. This is not really nice. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'll just upload those videos like that. And this one we're just going to continue, guys. Like you already, since you already know, since you already just a little briefing about what we were doing before, before the life went off. I was talking about the checklists, like just a little plan for you to follow in the first 30 days of staying in Germany. And the first one I talked about was your phone, your SIM card, and internet. How to navigate if you're buying a SIM card, a prepaid SIM card, or if you're going for a contract. Because there are two ways to go about it. But it's better to first of all go for a SIM card temporarily, a prepaid SIM card temporarily. And then after you settle, you can then decide which which contract you want. Because when you make a contract, it might take 2 years, and but you have access to internet, calls, and so many things. I'm just breathing it up, guys. Honestly, okay, we will be fine. We'll be fine, guys. So since I already talked about the number one, and then we are on the number two, obviously, which was the navigation. Like, how are you going to be moving around Germany? So there is a app called DB Ban. Let me even show you guys my face. There's a app called DB Ban. I don't know if this works. Let's see. So with Deutsche Bahn, you can use it to look for connections with your movement around and everything. What it basically does is it shows you connections, transport connections, like which bus you're supposed to take to go to these places, because different buses go to different locations. So this, you can download the app. It's better when you download the app, but since I'm using my laptop to show you guys what the app look like, so that's their logo, DB. It's Deutsche Bahn, and when you use it, you'll be able to check out for connections. This is start, like where are you, and then where you want to go to. This is basically asking you where you are and where you want to go to, and when you fill in those information, you search, and then you can find your connections. So we also have the RE, we have the RB, we have the S band, we have the U band, and when you check out your connections, as a student, make sure you're using the other bands, because you have no business with IC or ICE. So if the connection is showing you IC train or ICE train, just don't use it, because you have to pay to use those. But I believe your semester ticket, your student semester ticket covers for the regional band, for the S band, for the U band, and and it's better, it's more economical for students, because yeah, you don't have to pay for that because you already pay for it with your semester fee. So, and the U-Bahn are in the city, they are always underground metro systems. And then of course you have the buses, the trams, depending on where you live. One of the first apps I recommend that you become very familiar with is this DB-Ban, this one on my screen, because it will show you different connections. And it's very useful for checking trains connection and planning journey. Welcome to my live. If you're joining, I'm just giving you guys a breakdown of a 30-day plan, how you want to spend your first 30 days in Germany, things you need to do. And so if you're just joining, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the checklist and this is what I'm following today. Let me show you guys. So this is what I'm following today. These are what I'm discussing. I already did the first part. We're on the second part and we move. So and the best thing is when you're using the DB-Ban, even no matter the bus connection app you're using, because every state and every region have their own bus connection app. Hi, thanks for joining. Next few flights, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Halana, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So, different states have different regional, different what is it called? App for checking connection to where you want to go to. This DB-Ban is basically used in the whole of Deutschland. You can use it to check connections in the whole of Deutschland. But then when you want to check out some connections that are more like you want more options for where you are, then you have to go for the app, the navigator that works for your particular state. Take for instance, because every state have their own navigating app. Every state have their own. Hi, welcome. Hello, Macbar. Could you? Yeah, hello. Thanks for joining. Johan the gamer, thank you for joining. Alana, yeah, I see you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So I wanted to show you guys what different apps for. Let me check out the navigator for Darmstadt, for example, because I know Darmstadt use RMV. Which one is this one? No, this one is us. This one is this because it's Deutsche Bahn. Let me see. RMV. So this is also an app used to check connections in Darmstadt, in the region of in Essen, Darmstadt. Yeah, you can use it in a lot of regions in Essen actually. So the RMV, you can download the app. RMV. Oh, I thought I was showing you guys the. Yeah. So yeah, this is what the RMV looks like. RMV. This one is I don't want to download it now, but I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like. This RMV is basically using Essen, so you can check more detailed bus connection and train connection in Essen. And don't forget, I said different states have their own app for checking connection. So let's take, for instance, we want to check for Berlin. I think Berlin used BV or something. Berlin bus connection. No? Oh, yeah, I think Berlin used BVG. I think it's BVG. I don't know. Let me check. Yep, I think, Berlin used this one. So this is the app for checking connections in Berlin, for example. Their own app is called BVG. So depending on the state you are, if you are in North Rhine-Westphalia, they have what's even the name of that one? I don't know. If you're in Nostari or Stafalia, it's another app, of course. If you are in Hessen, RMV, if you're in Berlin, BVG, if you are in Baden-Württemberg, I think they have different ones. I think they have Ding. So yeah, different apps for navigating, finding your bus connection in Germany. And if you, it's actually good when you have both the DB app and the app that your own state uses. That way you get more information about navigation and everything. Hi, thank you guys for joining my live section. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's that about the apps. And if you have tough, also another thing is don't wait until 5 minutes before you start checking your bus connection. It's better you check it like 31 hours before, 30 minutes or 1 hour before you need to go, because buses come on different time schedules and different time space. Don't wait until like 5 minutes for your appointment before you start trying to figure out which bus you should take or something like that. For example, if you have an appointment by 9 o'clock in the morning, you can already check the journey the night before, and it's extremely important because it makes it all easy for you and you won't be under stress when you are prepared in the morning and you want to go. If you check your connection down before going, then it's very easy for you because you then know where you have to stay, the bus place you have to stay, because the bus stations, different buses come actually, and you have to know the right place to stay, the right place where the bus is coming and where it's going to pick you up. You have to actually know the right place to stay. So it's better, it makes it more easier when you already check your bus connection down a day before. And yeah, because trains can be delayed also, connections can change, they can be cancelled, you can get the wrong platform, you might even get lost. That's the truth. You might go to the wrong platform thinking your bus is coming in this platform, and it's not coming from there. You might be on the wrong platform, even with trains too, because trains go from different platforms, and if you don't want, it's better to just be early so that you don't get it all wrong. And another thing you're going to hear about the Deutschland is Deutschland ticket. I think it costs, is it 50 euros at the moment? Yeah, but the Deutschland ticket is just a public transport subscriptions with the price and conditions that can change. So you don't want to rely on Deutschland ticket, because I think you don't even need Deutschland ticket as a student. That's the thing, because when you have your semester card, semester ticket, it covers the whole area basically. One moment, guys. I think I have the post. Let me check. I'm like, sorry guys. I needed to attend to the door because someone came knocking, and I also got myself something to snack, of course. So, where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about the navigation. 1 minute, guys. I'll be back. Just give me like few. I just need 2-3 minutes to attend to something with my baby. I mean, with my baby, of course. Yes, I'll be back. I'm around. I just need 2 minutes to figure something out. But thanks so much for your patience. Be right back. Okay. Okay. No. So guys, I'm back. Back. We're back. So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so we were by the we we are done talking about the bus transportation and the ones you need. So now we proceed to the part 3 about where you're going to live. Now we've come to one of the biggest issue for anybody coming to Germany: housing. If you're coming to a major German city, please don't underestimate how difficult housing can be sometimes. You have students looking for apartments, you have workers looking for apartments, you have families looking for apartment, and people that are actually looking to move from one city to another, they are also looking for apartment. The same accommodation you're looking for, a lot of people are also looking for it. So if you haven't found your permanent accommodation yet, there's something you could start dealing with. Because if you don't have an apartment, you can't really do your registration and a lot of things. And let's talk about the different possibility. You can have a Studentenwohnheim. You can apply for Studentenwohnheim through the website of your university. And that way you can get, if you get an accommodation through Studentenwohnheim, then you're lucky. But don't forget, there is a lot of competition in the Studentenwohnheim offers. So your chances are kind of slim. And we also have student accommodation. We have the one they call WG. WG, that's like WG in English, but in Dutch it's called WG. It basically stands for Wohngemeinschaft. It's like a flat, for example, a 3-bedroom flat or 5-room bedroom flat with 2 toilets, depending on how the house is built. So it's basically like everybody rents a room in that flat. You have your own personal room, but then you have to share the, what is it called, the toilet and the kitchen. I think I should raise up my blind and then be talking to you guys. You guys can be seeing my face. Oh, I dropped the window blind because of rays of light. So at this moment, I think it's kind of maybe good if you guys can also see me. And yeah. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. Okay. Okay. Yep. I can think about how to. Okay. I'm zooming this thing in so that you will not be seeing my baby. Oh my goodness. I don't zoom my face in very well. Okay, let me just like this. One moment, guys. So I was talking about the vacay. You can decide if you want to live in a one-room apartment privately on your own, or if you want to stay in vacay, it's also possible. So yep, this is better. Hi guys, hello everybody, hello. This is the face behind the whole screen drama. We've talked. I have my guideline here. This my guideline is what I'm using to talk to you guys. So hi guys, hi. So vacay, that's the Wohngemeinschaft. So if you want to, and the good thing about vacay is that it's actually very economical. For example, if you are going to be renting a room apartment can be costing you something like 500 euros monthly. That's like 500 euros monthly. Hi, Paul Memes, thanks for joining. A room apartment might be costing you 500 euros monthly, but if it was vacay, since it's the shared apartment, you might actually just be paying like 300 and something. But depending on the location, see, you can actually be living in a vacay and be paying more than someone living in a one-room apartment. Because if you get your if you rent a room in an apartment, if you rent a room in an apartment in the city, in a busy part of the city, then definitely it's going to be very expensive. So you can be living in a shared apartment and be paying the same thing as someone living in a one-room apartment, but in a more rural area. So if you're living in an urban area in a shared apartment, you might actually be paying similar thing with someone that is living in a rural area with a room apartment. So you have to weigh your options. Do you want to preferably live in a one-room apartment alone, or you want to share an apartment and live in the city close to the Hauptbahnhof? The Hauptbahnhof is the train station. That's what it's called in Dutch, Hauptbahnhof. And then so you have to choose your choice if you want to live together in a shared apartment for a cheaper price. You can even live in a shared apartment in a rural place for more cheaper price than someone living in a one-room apartment in a rural place. So you have to weigh your options and then decide which one you want to opt for. So and also, what did I note here again? Because I actually noted a lot of things, and there are a lot of cheaper options too. A lot of cheaper options. When you check up the website, you would be able to sort out different locations, because your university location, you don't have to live in the city where your university is. You can actually live in like 1 hour away from your university, 1 hour 30 minutes away from your university. It's still reasonable, because since you have your semester ticket, your semester ticket covers your transport. So since the bus is, I won't call it free, but it's kind of free because you already paid for it when you were paying for your semester fee. So what city in Germany do you live in? Oh, I don't want to tell you the city I live in. But I used to live in Darmstadt. That's Essen. I used to live in Darmstadt. I live in Essen. I used to live in Essen. Thanks for joining. So I used to live in Essen, Darmstadt, to be precise. So, because that was where my university was, but I wasn't actually living directly in Darmstadt. My university was actually Darmstadt, and I was living in Dieburg when I came. So Dieburg, because they had two campuses, we had the media campus and we had the engineering, science, Wissenschaft stuff campus. So there was a campus in Darmstadt and there was the media campus in Essen. So I was living in Dieburg, but if I needed some administrative or anything, I needed to go to Darmstadt for it. But my lectures were being done in Dieburg then. So yeah. So that's that about Wohnung. Hey, another thing you should know about Wohnung, see, I just saw it in my notes here, is that there's what they call code Kaltmiete and Warmmiete. So when you're looking for apartments, always make sure that at the back of your mind, you know, there will be, when they tell you the code rent is 400 euros, you better ask them how much the warm rent is, because code rent would not include some of the other expenses. So, but the warm rent comprises of the all bills, but you still have to ask them to specify if your Wi-Fi payments would be, if there's internet connection in the house. So you have to ask them if the Wi-Fi is included in the warm rent, or if you still have to pay some extra 20 euro, 40 euro monthly for internet. That's another thing to consider. So there's cold rent, there's warm rent. Warm rent is the whole total package. So when you're renting an apartment, they would ask you to pay a caution fee of three. It's mostly 3 months cold rent, or yeah, it's mostly 3 months cold rent. At times they ask for 3 months warm rent, but I don't know. But it's mostly 3 months cold rent for your caution fee. That's like if the house, if they tell you the warm rent, if they tell you the warm rent for this room in a shared apartment is 330 euro, 330 euros, for example. It's just an example, guys. Like, it can be expensive than that. Don't get me wrong. Shared apartment can be 550, can be 600 euros. So I'm just giving you an example. If your warm rent is 330 euros, then your cold rent, maybe it's 280 euros. So if they ask you to pay 3 months caution fee, then you know 280 times 3. That's your caution rent. That's your caution fee. Sorry, caution fee, and then you now pay the rent. So that's the way it works. So guys, I think I should even show you guys apps, what the app looked like, because you can actually look for apartment on eBay Kleinanzeigen and Immobilien Scout 24. Yeah, Immowelt. What's the name of this other website? Vonovia. They used to have a lot of apartments, so you can check that out. And they used to require some documents like yeah, they will need your student's Bescheinigung, the student immatriculation Bescheinigung, like a confirmation that you're a student. Because any landlord that wants to give you a house, if you tell them you're a student, they will still want to see your immatriculation Bescheinigung to be sure that actually you're a student and stuff like that. And they will also need other documents to see how you're going to finance the apartment and everything. Let me show you guys what the app to look for house look like. So I'm going to turn my camera, guys. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, this was where we were on the. Okay, this should work. Okay. So move out. See, I already have this one open before. This is Immovate. Immobilien Scout 24. Immo Scout 24. You can look for houses with this app. You can look for houses. And Immovate looks like this. Immovate. There are different apps to look for houses. in Germany. Just have to edit your search what you want. See, we came here now. It's asking, do you want to buy a house? Do you want to rent a house? Because kaufen means buy, Miete, rent. So you just since we want to rent, let's go for Miete. Guys, this is billion figure access. It's Immovet, guys. Immovet, that's the name of this app. Immovet. So let's see. Let's choose, for example, where should we even look for apartment now? No, yeah, now let us see if Darmstadt have. Because I'm basically using Darmstadt. See, the apartments. So when you come to the app, this is the Movet. You can then edit your search. How many cinema room you want? Maybe you want one. How many numbers? One over one, since you're a student. And if you want 3 rooms too, no problem. But 1 room apartment is always reasonable. And you can arrange your price range to, let's say, until now they're asking for the price range you want. Let's say 500. If there would even be something. We have 2 equipments, 2 resorts. But fine, see what I'm talking about. This is 1 room apartment in, where is this one located? Come in. This one is located with Brunevik, 39 Ebestad, Darmstadt. That's one location. And this place, see what I was talking about the one and the code rent, that you guys should be careful. This is the code rent, 408, and this is the warm rent. So they even need shufar. They want to see that your record, that you're not owing any money. That's basically shufar. What shufar will tell them. What the shufar information will provide them, I mean. So, yep. It's on the 2nd floor. It's 34 meters square. It's 1 room. It's on the 2nd floor. They are written in Dutch, but you can, of course, download the English app. Let me even see what this house looks like. Maybe we can rent house together here. They did not show me the way the house looked like. No problem. Let's move to the next one. This one goes to cancel. Okay. So many. Okay, very bad. Why is it not clicking? What do they do now? Sorry guys, it's simply my these ones are not about. No, let's just go to our business of the day, Jerry. So yeah, let's just leave it. That's that about Immovet and your search and getting information about it. Let's keep moving forward. The more you research about those things, the more you get more familiar with it. So the next thing what's the next thing on our agenda? So where are you going to? We've already discussed about where you're living. Housing scam. I'm coming up, guys. I'm scrolling through this thing. So housing scam. Now I want you to pause here because this is extremely important. When you are desperate for accommodation, you are vulnerable to scams. Imagine you've been searching for 2 months and you've seen 50 apartments. Nobody is responding to you. Then suddenly you find this beautiful apartment that you like so much, and it's in a nice location, and it's much cheaper than everything else you've seen. And the person says, I'm currently outside Germany, but you can just transfer the deposit and I will send you the keys. Please and please don't even try that. When they tell you transfer the money, we'll send you the keys, say no. Just know it's scam. Don't even agree to that kind of thing. Don't let desperation override your common sense. If something doesn't feel right, investigate it. Be careful with people who refuse to let you properly view the property. Because if you talk to someone online and you say, oh, I am in need of so, blah, 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 blah. And the property pictures you've seen, it's really nice. And you say you want a physical appointment, like if they call it physicalische Besichtigung, you know, like a physical appointment to come and view the apartment. If they refuse, then you know something is skeptical. Be careful when someone wants money immediately. Be careful with unusual payment method. If the price is dramatically lower than comparable properties, then I would also be careful, because if you see online that houses in that area is between 500, 800 and upwards, and you go and see one that is 250 in that same area, just know there's something fishy about the whole situation. So your need for accommodation doesn't mean you should switch off common sense. So that's the thing. So please remember, never send your passport, your bank information, or large sum of money to a stranger just because they sent you nice apartment picture. Don't give them your passport information, your bank information. You can go for the physical appointment, talk to the person, fill up the form, and if they decide to rent it to you, then they will definitely contact you by your mail or by your number and everything, you know? And then it's official that way, whereby you have to sign the contract. Well, before you sign the contract, that's when you have to provide information like your study certificate and everything, and your, I don't think they would even need your international passport, but if they do, no problem. I know, yeah, they would need an identity card or your residence permit or anything, just to identify that yes, you are you know. So what again? And also yeah, you also have to verify the property in person. It's better to verify it in person, because online property verification, sometimes depending on the whole procedure, it's real, and sometimes it's scam. So you have to be really careful, and when possible, use reputable house platform. It's better to use the official platform. Don't just say, this person said there's house here, there's house here, or posted houses on Facebook, for example, house for rent on Facebook, blah blah blah. It's better to just use the normal official website. Immovet, Vonovia, Immobilier Scout, Kleinanzeiger is actually majorly used by private individuals, like private landlords that want to rent the apartment. And also, even Immobilier Scout, they used to post at times also on, I mean, some people post their house on Immobilier Scout and also still post on Kleinanzeiger. So, yep. And another way you can actually get an apartment, if you go to the student service section in your university, you can just ask them, please, can you direct me to like the office whereby you can find different accommodation, different private owners accommodation for students. Because in most cases, when the Studentenheim is full, because there used to be a lot of waiting lists for Studentenheim, private individuals used to actually contact university when they have vacancy in their house. And then because they already know that if they go through the university, then the person that the university is giving to them is definitely a student from the university. So you can consider that one also. You can go to your school and ask them if they have list of available houses from private landlords, because they might actually have something for you. That's the thing. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. I see you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So then we move to part 5 of the show. The word you need to know. Wohnungsgeberbestätigung. Wohnungsgeberbestätigung. It's basically like a confirmation from your landlord. It's majorly just one page, confirming the size of the apartment, confirming what is renting to you. That's like, it's not your contract, though. There's house contract, and there is the confirmation paper from the landlord. So after you sign your contract, the landlord will still give you Wohnungsgeberbestätigung, because with your the rat house, in order for you to register in the rat house, you need your Wohnungsgeberbestätigung. And don't forget, guys, when you get a house in Germany, you have within 2 weeks to go to the rat house or the registration office to inform them that this is where you live now. Within 2 weeks, you need to do that. It's very important, and that's the way it works. And don't forget also, every city and their own rules differs, and it's always different. Different cities, different rules, different way of doing things. So now let's say you found accommodation, you have signed the contract, you have your keys, and you're finally relaxed and breathing. At least finally you don't get where you could live. But there's another thing. When you collect the Wohnungsgeberbestätigung, yeah, I think I already mentioned that part where you go to Ratas and stuff. So yeah, you need you keep the the house confirmation, because you need it for registration. So then that's that one, Joe. That's that one. Let's move to number 6. Number 6 is Anmeldung. That's registration, city registration. If you've been researching Germany for a while, you have probably heard this word 100 times. You know, it's called Anmeldung, like registration. So I would say Anmeldung is just the process of registering your residential address with the local registration authority. And this is one of those things you should take seriously. I already mentioned to you guys that the general rules after moving into an accommodation, you should register your address within 2 weeks. But because procedures can vary locally depending on your location, it's better. I would prefer you to check the official website of your region, of your municipality where you're living. You can it's when you're researching it online, don't say something like, how is registration done in Germany, like where can I register, or something like that, because you just, if you type how does registration work in Germany, it will give you a general random information. Well, what you should search for is registration, and then you include the name of your city. For example, now, instead of me searching how does registration work in Germany, I would just say registration. If I was living in Darmstadt, for example, I would say registration in Darmstadt. Then Google would definitely show me the details, procedure of where I should go, what I should do, and stuff like that. So it's better to go for it. And if you're living in Stuttgart also, you can say register Anmeldung Stuttgart to show you the whole process. Then you look for the official website. Depending on city, you may see terms such as Bürgeramt, Bürgerbüro, Melderbehörde, or Rathaus. These are all the kinds of office that are responsible for registration. Now, what do you need? What do you normally need for the registration? Yeah, you generally need your passport. That's your international passport, or your identity documents. You normally need the housing provider confirmation. Remember the Wohnungsgeberbestätigung we talked about earlier in number 5. You would need that one. You will need the house contract, and depending, at times you don't even need the house contract. They will just ask you for the provider's confirmation alone. And depending on the area, there may be a registration form or additional requirements. That is why I keep saying that it's better when you are check the official city website where you live for how their registration is done before you come and say Lydia said I only need this document, this and that. No, research your what is necessary and needed in your area before you think it's just 3 papers you need or something like that. Research about it. Sorry guys, I wanna see. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. So then your municipal tells you the exact current requirements. Once you have completed your registration, you receive confirmation of the registration. And please keep the documents. Scan it, save it, put the original document that you receive from them, put it somewhere, because you're going to need your German documents again and again. There will be stuff you want to do that they will require some documents that you got from Marat House. So it's always good to always keep those as many documents as you're collecting in Germany. Just be keeping them, because you never know when you will need one of them also. So it's better to keep your documents very well. And I think you're going to need this even house registration. I think you're going to need it for bank account, to open your bank account. Yeah. SEPA, to do SEPA, bank account, blocked account, health insurance, residence permit, university enrollment, student portal, course registration, student ID card, semester ticket, learning German, making friend. In fact, no, making friend no dey together. You know, follow. But I know you'll be needing your documents, so it's better you always keep your documents properly. So then we've talked about that one. Now let us move on to opening your German bank account, which is the number 7. I'm going to show you guys my face again. Let's see if this works. So yeah, my baby is sleeping on my that's my baby. Feel you chatting. Yeah. So we keep talking. Let's put my cats. That's good. You know this thing they say motherhood not like where you're fully like 100% on parental leave, you're just at home taking care of children. I've been like procrastinating on making videos about what you need to do when you come to Germany and stuff you need to do. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can just go live and just talk about it and upload the video like that. That way I will save myself the stress of editing videos, finding time to have a very quiet area to record. So since I've been procrastinating, I decided, okay, what's the easy route? That's why you see me doing this recording, because I won't have to edit anything. I'll just have to show you guys the process. And on the description on the screen, you guys will be seeing the whole process yourself, and you can check out whatever you need to check out also. Hi. So as I was going so let's continue as I was saying. So now we move to number 7, which is opening your German bank account. There are different banks in Germany. There are online banks and there are physical location banks too. So we have, talking about physical location banks, we have Commerce Bank, we have Sparkasse. Sparkasse works according to the town itself, because there are different Sparkasse, like depending on the town, different. There can be Sparkasses in different locations, but yeah. So you can only, for example, if you're living in Dieburg, you cannot open a Sparkasse account in Frankfurt. You have to open the one in Dieburg. And if you're living in Frankfurt, you have to open the Sparkasse in Frankfurt and not the one in Dieburg. So why is my laptop open? So yeah, there is Sparkasse, there is Deutsche Bank, Volksbank. Those are Postbank too. Postbank. Those are basically some physical bank locations you can consider. And if you want online banking, we have N26. N26, ENG Diba, ENG, N26, Say 24 is also part of the online banking. C20, sorry, I'm saying there's C24, that's the English correct way of saying that one. C24. We also have, which other online banking do I know? C24, is it Bonk or that? So I think Bonk or that. So there's a lot of banks, like you can research about it. Even TransferWise too. TransferWise now bank account. Here now you can open the bank account with TransferWise. Yeah. So there are different bank accounts, and don't forget, different banks, different rules, different ways. Some of them charge a particular fee for their service monthly, and some of them don't. Ignore my hair, guys. I'm just looking at this home. This thing don't look. I won't make up, but I never see dress up. Okay, I'm deviating. Okay, yeah. So some of them charge more than the other. So you also have to make your research. Which one is free of charge? I think I'm very sure N26 savings account, online savings account, doesn't charge you monthly for their service. But if you use their ATM more than 3 times in a month, then it starts charging for the next withdrawal you make. But you can check to cross-check the information you have. Disclaimer, don't come and say it's me that said so. So what again? Yeah, and for Sparkasi, I used to use Sparkasi. There is some, depending on the one you want to open. Some is like 12 euro monthly, some 9 euro. I think. Let me not give people any information that you will come back and say I'm the one that said this. No, research about it yourself and find out the information. Okay, so let me turn my camera. So we've talked about opening your German bank account. That's my children, you know. They're looking for mama. Okay, big brother is there with him, and I can obviously hear them from here. And my dogs are here too. I can see them. They are fine. I have camera before people say, no. They can open the door if they want to. And they are doing great. And I see them from here through my camera. So yeah, we've talked about opening your bank account. And also don't forget the opening of your block account too. Remember when you were coming, maybe you used block account to come. You need to have an house address, a bank account, a normal bank account. Then that is when you can then open your block account. Except if you want to use another person's bank account. But if you don't want to use another person's bank account, you have to first of all open your own personal bank account before you unlock your block account, I think. Verify the information I'm sharing with you. Don't just take my words for it. Verify with the official website. And because your block account is primarily connected to your it's connected to your, you need to provide a normal savings account in order to open your block account, so that the money, your monthly money, can be sent there. So that's that about bank accounts. The next thing, the number 8 is, okay, yeah, I'm going to explain to you guys what IBAN and what SEPA is. So now we are talking about your bank account. Let's quickly talk about the 2 words you're going to be constantly hearing. I mentioned already, it is IBAN and SEPA. IBAN is basically your international bank account number, just similar to your normal account number in Nigeria. If someone wants to transfer money to your account, they may ask for your IBAN. You will see it on your banking documents and inside your banking app. So that means that when you open your app, there's a place whereby they will say account information. There you will find the information about your IBAN. That's your account number. And also you will see it on your banking documents. the documents you get from the bank. And inside the banking app also, I've already mentioned that. Then about SEPA, the one they call SEPA. SEPA stands for the single euro payment area, and you're going to encounter this because many regular payments in Germany are handled through SEPA transfers or direct debits. For example, imagine that you sign up for a phone contract now. The company may ask you to give permission to collect the money monthly from your bank account. That's where a SEPA direct debit mandate can come in. You might encounter this with insurance, with phone bills, with internet, subscriptions, and other regular payments. So, and don't just click and accept on everything just because you want to finish quickly. Like when you're reading informations and authorizing stuff, don't just be accepting everything, because every document and every details matters. It's better you understand them before you click and authorize anything. Know who is taking your money from your account. Know how much, and know whether it is a one-time payment or a recurring payment. This is one of those small things that you can save a lot of, that can save you a lot of stress later, honestly. Then let's go to the part 9, which is your blocked account. Okay, we're in number 9, guys. This is number 9, your block account. Your block account. So if you needed a block account to demonstrate your financial resources for your student visa, you probably already dealt with this before coming to Germany. And with the way I've been talking since, you already kind of got a glimpse about the block account. But once you arrive, you may start asking, okay, how do I actually get access to my money? And this is where you need to understand the difference between the block account and the normal current account. I already mentioned that early, but I just thought I should just state it out clearly for you guys, because it seems I'd already discussed that, including I talked about this block account while I was still talking about this high band, so I mixed it up here already. So sorry guys, so that it's not repetitive, I'm just going to keep moving to an extent, since I already talked about the block account while I was talking to you guys about high band. You already know block account is different from your high band and your SEPA. Block account is the one you opened to show your financial stability before you got your visa. So yeah, you have to connect your block account to your normal bank account. So let's just keep and move to number 10, since we already have the idea about block account. Man, how are you guys doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you, and thank you for staying tuned too. So if you're still live with me, can you kindly say "I" in the chat, please? And also, if you don't mind, can you type where you are joining us from in the chat? Okay, let's move to number 10. How to budget as a new student. Number 10, guys, how to budget as a new student. Let's actually create a simple budget. Imagine you have your monthly living money. Am I okay? I think this is okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe it's okay, I don't know. It should be fine. Okay, let's imagine that you have your monthly money. Before you spend anything, divide it into categories: housing, food, transportation, health insurance, phone, internet, university related expenses, personal expenses, emergency money, and then entertainment. Yes, of course, entertainment. Man shall not live by seriousness alone. Correct the quoting, now you sabi. But yeah, you need entertainment whether you like it or not. The brain is not just programmed for just busy, work, seriousness. I think at times you just need to chill out and get some entertainment for yourself. Reward yourself, guys. Okay. Yeah. You didn't come to Germany to just sit in your room and stay at the wall, you know. You need to know what you can afford. Let's say your rent is 600 euros. Your insurance is another amount. And transportation is another amount. Okay, let's assume transportation is already covered with your semester fee anyway. Your insurance, you've already done it. Maybe you're under 30 years old and you are in the public health insurance. Then you'll be paying around a monthly contribution of 100 and something. But if you're older than 30 years old and you're under the public health insurance, that's like, it's a Freiwillig insurance. That means you'll be paying more than 200 and something euros monthly. So you have to know all your bills so that you don't overspend when you're not supposed to. Once you calculate all these fixed expenses, you will know what is actually left for everything else. And I strongly recommend that you have an emergency buffer, because something will happen. Your laptop might stop working. Okay, maybe if your laptop don't stop working, maybe you want to buy paracetamol, or you need to travel unexpectedly to somewhere, or you just want to hang out with friends, you want to go to the nearest country, like some events in the university, you know. So it's better to not just finish your whole monthly salary, monthly money like that. You have to make a budget. You have to make a budget. It's better not to have a zero account, like after all your bills you empty the whole thing and just have a zero account. No, don't do that one. No. Even if it's small, the habit matters, because that says you don't that says a lot about your personality. You don't take, for example, your monthly money is like 1,200, and then after paying all your bills, the remaining thing you just finish it up just like that without keeping something on the side. Not so advisable. So that's that about how to budget as a new student. So when you're being paid, after removing all your necessary bills, your house rent, your insurance and everything, you should also have a little something on the side for emergencies, in case anything. So then we move to part 11, health insurance. Since you already know, I don't know if you know already, students under 30 years old are qualified for public health insurance. Something like take car. Is it public health insurance they call them? I don't know. Confirm your information online. But I know take car and technical cancer and AOK in English. They do offer a lot of students insurance. Yeah, but when you are over 30 years old, as a student, then you can either stay on a private health insurance, or if you really want the benefit of a public health insurance, then you have to register Freiwillig. It's called Freiwillig insurance. But before they can do it for you when you're over 30 years old, you need to actually have nothing less than a part-time job. So if you have one part-time job, yeah, you'll be qualified to join the public health insurance when you're over 30 years old as a student. So now we are going to talk about the paperwork of health insurance. You know, Germany has yeah. Hey, and another thing, the with public health insurance, a lot of bills are paid for you. You know, with private, you still have to pay some for yourself when you go and see a doctor. You still have to pay some percentage. But with public health insurance, you get a lot of more benefits. A lot of things are actually paid for you. So let's move to number 12. How you're going to be seeing a doctor works. So for you, maybe you've already done your health insurance and you have your insurance card and you want to see a doctor for some reason, whatever. you can just go to Google. All those things you find them on Google. Just Google is your friend, or even ChatGPT. Go there and just type house arts in my name, like house doctors around me. You find some, you have to make few calls and ask them if they have place to take in new, to register new, for a new patient to register with them. If they have space, they will ask you under which insurance are you, blah blah blah, if they take that kind of insurance and if it's okay for them. Then they will give you an appointment of when to come when you want to see the doctor. So when you go there, they would obviously want you to provide your cranking physician, your insurance card. So that's how to look for doctors, and that's how that works. Where are we? We are in part 12. So by part 13, guys, we would part 13 is basically residence permit. Now we are coming to another major topic, and if you're a student from Nigeria or another country outside Europe, this is something you really need to pay attention to. Since you enter Germany with a student visa, your visa is not something you should simply put into your passport drawer and forget. If your circumstances require to obtain a German residence permit for your continued studies, you need to deal with that process with the responsible immigration authority. And the authority you're going to hear about is mostly Ausländerbehörde. They say that a lot. It's the immigration office, Ausländerbehörde. Basically, the foreign authorities. That's, I think, what it means, immigration office, foreign authorities. And here's what I want to make. What do I even wanted to point out? Don't compare your Auslander experience to somebody else's one. Because the experience of someone in Berlin is different from the experience of someone in Stuttgart. The process of Ausländerbehörde in Berlin is different from the process of the Ausländerbehörde in Stuttgart. So the document they need and the whole processing system, appointments, documents, starting points and everything, it might be different. So that's that. And you know, in most cases as a student, you come in with a 6 month visa. So don't wait for that 6 month visa to expire before you go and apply for residence permit. Once you come in and you look for apartment and you find apartment and you're registered in Rathaus, go to Auslander in order to change your visa to residence permit. So the earlier the better. Don't wait for your whole 6 months to expire before you start looking for how to apply for residence permit. You know, work with time, guys. Don't wait for your visa to expire. You can change your, because I think Auslander mostly need 4 to 8 weeks to process your residence permit. But you can confirm the informations also. Keep track of your immigration deadlines. Like, it's very important, guys. We are in number 14. No? Number 14. Wait, number 14 there. Wait, let me look for it, guys. Okay. Yeah, this is where we are now. Number 14. Keep track of your immigration deadline. So this is something very simple that I recommend actually. Open your phone calendar, create a calendar called Germany Documents. You can put in your visa expiring date, your university enrollment deadline, your residence permit appointment, health insurance information, Important university deadlines. Anything you absolutely cannot afford to forget, just put it there. And also add reminders. Don't trust your memory fully that I will not forget this thing, I have it in mind, this and that. It's better to note this down so that you don't skip any, you don't skip any important thing you're supposed to do. Because you're going to be studying, you might have exams, you might be working, even you might have work and duties and stuff to do. So it's better you just note it down, and so that you can you can actually keep track of the deadlines of different informations, and so that you don't have to miss anyone. So that, and also your phone can actually do the be your reminder, if you set some reminders about it. That's that about number 14. We are moving to number 15, guys, which is university enrollment. University enrollment. Guys, I'm going to take a break and just play some music in the background. I need to drink water and chill out a bit. I'll be right back. I'll be back, guys.